This is a video about doors.
Not the doors. Well, not yet. It's about a free game I found while browsing a website called itch.io. The beauty of this website is that anyone can upload a game, and the thrill of finding something good in the endless sea of homebrewed experimental games is something I keep coming back to. This game, though, was unlike anything I've found on the website before. Just More Doors drops you into a room with 5 doors: North Door, East Door, West Door, South Door, and Bottom Door. You can go through any of the doors except the one you came in through, and the goal of the game is to win.
But there's a catch. You don't know how to win.
If you're like me, the first thing you'll probably do is to explore a bit. Chances are there's a few things in the room, some seem significant and some seem just like decorations. Eventually, with as much consideration as choosing a starter Pokemon, you'll open a door, which will take you into another room. And this is how the pattern will continue. Some of the rooms will be normal and some will be a little off. On the walls, you'll notice messages from someone somewhere urging you to open a door. Okay, easy enough. Well, I did just that, opening door after door until I took a door that took me outside. I walked around not sure what I was looking for until I realized this too was a room, and the only way out was another door which led to a room of, you guessed it, more doors. The curious thing was that there didn't seem to be any predetermined pattern to it all. You could stand there and open and close a door and it would just keep randomizing, which meant picking North Door versus East or West versus South Door didn't matter.
Until it did.
In some of the rooms, there were items you could pick up. If you chose to do so, the next room would be something related to whatever that item was. Additionally, there were pamphlets around with directions, but instead of spawning a helicopter in the middle of Los Santos, it would drop you into a shopping mall. Picking up items and pamphlets, I stumbled through the back rooms and hallways filled with doors. I visited the Temple of the Great Candle and the Cult Church of Doors. I planted seeds and grew a radio and dipped between the lasers like Catherine Zeta-Jones. I was put in a room with a set of 2 doors, and I chose to take the door on my left. Every time I found a new room, I was filled with determination. Just one more door. Surely the next one would explain what this all was for and what I needed to do to win. And this was when I took a closer look. These larger rooms were much more interesting than the standard 5-door rooms, but they both had something in common. And I don't mean the doors. Hidden in some of them were 10-digit codes, and luckily for me, occasionally a room with a giant keypad would spawn. Just like the items, once the code was input, the next room I opened would be a room that corresponded with it. My new mission was to search for as many codes as I could. What if to win, I had to pass through a specific set of rooms in a specific order, and the only way to do that was to use codes and directions and items. I walked through the void and poorly lit alleyways. I discovered a game room that, to my disappointment, didn't let me play the games. Some of the rooms were so big it was hard to fathom that they were rooms at all. I even initiated a satanic ritual to try and summon a fucking clue, and when that didn't work, I just started sprinting out of desperation, which the game only mocked me for. All of it led back to just more doors.
The charm of finding new rooms kept me from getting frustrated.
But now I was getting repeats. I started following directions again and hoped something would change or I'd learn something new, but I didn't. Until I found one room. A message written on the walls from the developers explained that this was not the first, but the second door game. The first game was similar. Instead of choosing a door to open, you're dropped in a room with one door and told to open the door. If you open it, it leads you to a room almost exactly the same as the one you were in before. You'll probably try this a few times because the secret is that behind a picture frame on a fake wall is the door, and once you've found it, you open it, go through it, and win the game. That wasn't the case with the game I was playing though. The win conditions were different, and there were a lot more doors. But like the first game, this game had also given me instructions at the start. One of the rules had stated I could win from any room and to open the door to win. Open the door to win. Open the door. Damn it. I realized that I wasn't working towards something. I was working away from it. If this game was anything like the first game, the answer was right under my nose somewhere. If it was a snake, it would have bitten me by now. I just didn't know where to look for it. If I could win from any room, then it was there, regardless if the room looked like this or like this. And then it all came together. What if this, and this, and this, and this was all a distraction. All of this was supposed to keep me busy while the answer was right in front of me the whole time. Like a recipe, the directions were meant to be followed exactly as written. I just needed to trust whoever wrote them. I could win from any room. The items were a distraction. Open the door to win. It took me a little over 2 hours to beat the game, and I opened over 500 doors. The least amount of time the game can be beaten is about 4 minutes, and the only thing you have to do is to just open the door. The game never says anything about going through it, although the entirety of the game is designed to lure you forward through door after door, looking for an answer that was given to you from the very start. In a world where we reward exploration, this game punishes it. It's the anti-game, using the instincts of the player to break them down and try to make them quit. William Blake wrote, "If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite." The Doors got their band name from this quote. Just More Doors is a thoughtful game about simplicity. Sometimes there isn't more to be had, and the answer is right in front of you the whole time, even if it's not flashy, even if it's not complex. Keep it simple, keep it sexy. Thanks for watching.